Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome again to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter on the OG Network. And today is Financial Friday. Yes, it's Financial Friday. Hopefully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully, all is well. Hopefully, life is treating y'all greatly. Troy, how you doing? Troy, what's going on? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit the like button for a brother. Please hit the subscribe button for a brother. And as the stock market opens up this morning, and there is an upswing, but yesterday we was talking about cryptocurrency, and I was telling that I'm buying more, and that's what I always do. Whenever it goes down, which like I said, anything I say, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling nobody what they should do, could do, might do. This is just what I'm doing, and that's that. What I'm doing, what I might do with my money, what I should do with my money, what I could do with my money. But yes, for those that follow my channel on a regular basis, know for what's up, just for real, how you doing? Most of the people know that I am by far mostly a dividend investor, but I do step outside of the dividend box, and I will invest in stuff that is considered more risky, and I do have holdings in cryptocurrency. Appreciate that. And I have holdings in cryptocurrency. I was specifically talking about cryptocurrency yesterday for a reason, because it was crashing and it was crashing hard. Now, the thought that we had in it was, hey, they spooking the market, spooking people out of the game, whatever. Everybody had their theories yesterday on what they think was happening. Of course, most of this is political, and that's basically what was affecting the cryptocurrency. It was affecting the whole stock market as a whole, all of it, because some of these companies individually have holdings. Some of these ETFs have crypto in them, Bitcoin and stuff like that. You've seen Bitcoin take a hard hit. You've seen all the other cryptocurrencies follow suit. But when you're a person that has been watching this stuff for so long and you see the same patterns over and over, you don't get scared. You stay prepared. You wait, you be patient, and you wait for the right moments to jump in. Are you going to get that right 100%? No. Sometimes you think you picked it right, and it can go totally opposite of what you had in your head. But that's fine. You know what I mean? And that's fine. For me, it's been fine. It's been working out. I've been patient. And most of my investments, some are doing well, some are not so well. The dividend payout has been extremely well. My positions have been increasing over the time I've been doing this. Am I rich? Nope. But I am working on it because I enjoy working the stock market, and it's been a blessing to me, and I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. But as it relates to cryptocurrency, if somebody got in yesterday, just did not have any crypto at all, and decided, you know what, I'm gonna put a few dollars in yesterday. Today they making some money. Even if they just say I'm gonna jump in and jump right back out. Today they making some money because it's not going up extremely high, but if they bought it yesterday, it's going up. Now my position, hey, top to bottom hair and skincare. God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for making all that great, wonderful hair care, skin care, body wash, deodorant, and all that other great stuff that y'all make over there. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, make sure y'all take advantage of that OG Network 26 promo code, which gives you 15% off of all of your purchases of $35 and up if you go to the top to bottom organic store. And if you notice, the name is in the chat and the link is on the page. Go and spend some of that nice, beautiful money y'all got and get some of that great hair care products, skincare products, those candles, and everything else that they make over there. Please, just go to the store and check it out. Stroll through there, see what you like. I like their product. I use their product all the time. It makes up probably most of the skincare and hair care products in my house. And I just they recently made some vanilla bean scented body wash that I actually asked for personally. And man, I'm probably gonna go through that bottle real fast. But back to the financial stuff. But yeah, make sure y'all take care advantage of that promo code, which gives you 15% off of all your purchases of $35 and up on the top to bottom here in skincare products. If they jumped in yesterday, today they made a few dollars. And my thing is this: is that am I in a position where I'm jumping in to jump out? No. My whole plan behind crypto is the same as what my dividend investing and some of the risky stocks that I own is to position myself cheap as possible, expanding my position. Hopefully that the company is doing well. Some probably won't. Some probably will do great. I don't know. And positioning myself, getting a large portion of the company as I can and ride it out for the long term. And that's it. Now, there is sometimes I close out positions in companies, but for the most part, I stick it out for the long term. And that has been the best moves that I have made over the time that I've been investing. And that's it. Are you going to win investing 100%? It all depends on how you look at it. And the reason why I say that is that one of my accounts probably have, I'm going to say, well over 200 holdings, right? Some are in the green, some are in the red. But overall, because of my holdings and a dividend payout, my overall account is performing extremely well. There is some individuals in there that's not. There is some individual that's in there that's doing well. But overall is where I'm winning at. So I don't care about the stuff that I'm in the red with. And I don't care about the stuff I'm in the green with. I care about neither one. Honestly, what I care about is the dividend payout. That is my biggest number one overall strat. 99% of what I do is dividend investing. And I wait on a dividend, hold my positions, and I increase my positions over time. Yes, dividends have come with a level of risk too. There is sometimes the companies might not be performing so well. They can't have to freeze it when they're paying out dividends. I've been through it all. And I noticed that, yeah, you're going to have these moments, but for the most part, if you're smart, you invest in solid stuff, companies that are solid. Every once in a while, look at the financial reports, see how they're performing and stuff like that, and make smart, wise judgment calls, or whether you want to stay there or not. Some companies run on news. What's up? Not too late. God bless you. Welcome in. Some companies run on news, some don't. But because I don't let this what happens in the stock market spook me and scare me. There are some things that I am up 6, 7, 800%. There's some stuff I'm up 100%. There's some stuff I'm up 200%. But guess what? There's also some stuff I'm down 50%. Now, the things that I'm down 50% is what I want to talk about while I'm on this thing, because I'm not going to be here too long today. But the things that I want to talk about that I'm down with is that, and that's usually where I'm buying more of. I turn my account on total return for a reason. Total return tells me where I'm up at and where I'm down at. It takes out stock prices because I care less about the stock price. What I care about is once I put my first dollar, that's going to determine the average cost. And from that point on, I am trying to average down my cost. And that way, if it ever goes green, I ain't got to buy it no more, and I'll stay right and I'll work something else. But with most of my stuff, that let's say the stuff that I say I'm down 50%. Now there's some stuff that I'm down value-wise. When I say 50%, meaning the value of my position is half of the value of what I spent on it. The reason why I don't concern myself with it because I've held these positions in so long. I go back and I calculate the amount of dividends that I've accumulated from them paying it out over the time that I've had it. And when I look at every single one, almost all of them, when I take into account the dividend that I collect, I'm actually in the green, meaning the dividend have made up for the money that I'm in the red with. Almost every single one. And I literally cipher through a lot of them just to see where I am, how well am I doing with this. And that is the reason why my portfolio performing overall well in every single one that I have, except for crypto. Crypto is a different animal, but it's okay. I'm okay with that because I'm gonna rock that out the long term. The reason why I'm gonna ride it out the long term because I've seen Bitcoin at $3,000, and if somebody had $3,000 and bought one Bitcoin at that time, there was a point where Bitcoin was 110, 15,000, $20,000. Look at that amount of money that they would have had made if they would have just held out long enough. And that's the hard part. The reason why I'm saying that is that is the hard part. There's so many reasons why people get scared to keep an investment. Number one, they looking at if they're watching their money and they see the value of it start to diminish, they panic and then they sell off at a loss. I've seen this happen so many times, and eventually they jump out the game and they say, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing." That's exactly what the professionals want. They want you to stay out. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I know it because those are your natural reactions when you're investing. You see, if you got $1,000, we're gonna use $1,000. You say, I got $1,000, I've invested in stuff, and then one day you look, it's only $500. And let's just say you invested in something that it actually, yeah, Mark, you're right, it was. Now let's just say, for the sake of conversation, this company is they burning through money, but not burning badly through money, and they still in the growth stage, and a lot of stuff is going on, and they just need that money that they keep the business running. Let's say your value of your money is $500, and you done drop 50%. Most smart investors will say, you know what, I'm gonna keep buying, and they'll just start buying more, and they'll keep buying more and buying more. And let's just say for some reason the company starts to perform well, a lot of good news. The business starts to prosper. They start to see profits. The stock price, the value, they're buying back. All the good stuff starting to happen because you stuck it out long enough. And now you're on the other end of that. And that $1,000, which went down to $500 because they was burning through money at one point, they turned the company around. Everything starts to look good. And the next thing you know, you're on the other end of that. And that $1,000 that you invested, now you're sitting on $100,000. Right? Are you going to care about that $500 value because you held it? I mean, I remember when it went all the way down to $500, and now look, because you paid attention to what was going on with the company performance-wise. Because you paid attention to what the company's doing financially wise, you stayed in. You didn't panic. That was a smart, wise decision. But if you just look at the dollar value and panic and just sell off, find out why. Digital currency is going to be difficult to manage. Well, it's already difficult to manage. But my thing is this, is that the hard part about is the same thing with the stock market. There's big money on the other end of that if you're not careful, when they start to move their money, it affects the value of stuff to a large level. And digital currency is kind of the same thing. But again, if you're patient, if you understand the game, if you keep racking up, increasing your position, and listen, everybody can't do this because everybody ain't got money like that. And I don't have money like that. I work what I have. One thing I tell people is don't look at, I need a lot of money to do that. I work with dollars. If I have to work with $1, I will work with $1. If I have to work with $2, I will work with $2. But what I'm not going to do is not work. That's the part that I'm not going to do. I don't let nobody make me feel some kind of way because I'm not using no big money, because I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm trying to take what little bit that I have to try to invest it to make more money. That's it. So when I hear people say, "Oh man, that ain't a whole lot of money," and Mark, I have to agree with you on that. And that's the reason why I'm taking the approach that I'm taking with it, is that I'm looking at accumulation. That's it. Accumulation. And it's the same thing with anything else that I do. Accumulate more and wait for the moment. And here's the thing. I don't buy just one thing. I accumulate, I diversify. I am an extreme diversifying person. I diversify my portfolio to the extreme. I don't believe in putting all my eggs in one basket. I don't even believe in putting my eggs into a dozen baskets. I don't believe in putting my eggs in a 30 dozen baskets. When I say I am extreme, I'm extreme. I got money all over the place. And that don't mean I have a lot of money. It just means that what I have to work with, I'm not going to put it all in one place. I don't have one portfolio, and my portfolios are not just a handful of stuff. It's across the board. A lot of holdings. That's just the way I like to do it, and that's the way I did. I had somebody that I know. All right, I'm not going to mention the stock or anything, but they went into one stock, and this is the reason why I say my strategy isn't the only strategy, and it's not the only way. Everybody can't stomach the same stuff. My relative person that I'm gonna say relative went one way. He went to one company. Kid you not. He just kept going into one company. One company, one company. And I was like, bro, I gotta give you credit. I don't have the stomach for that. I go my way, he goes his way. Is his way the wrong way? No. It's just he knew what he was doing. And when I tell you when it came when it flipped well for him. That's all I can say. And I gotta give him credit because he stuck it out. And it looked it ugly. When I say ugly, when we was talking, I was like, I was like, what you gonna do? He said, I'm gonna buy more. I said, yeah, you know, you understood what you fully understand what you're doing. He didn't panic because he was like, when I say it was a lot of money in the red at one point. And I didn't have to, because I knew what he was working with and what he was doing. When I seen that actual stock price go up, I was like, oh yeah, he good now. He good now. And my thing is this is that. So again, that's his strategy. I had nothing against his strategy. I think it worked well for him. I just have my way. He has his way. I don't think that there's a wrong, right way to some extent. I think everybody has their strategy and you got to figure out where you're comfortable with. I always talk about what I do. I can't tell you what somebody else do, how they do it. I don't give people advice when it comes to that. If somebody asks, I just tell them what I do. That's it. It's not advice. It's just what I'm doing. And if they decide on their own to follow the suit that I'm following, more likely they're going to get the same results that I get. Just the way it is. But like I said, if somebody jumped into crypto yesterday and they decided to dump off today, they made a few dollars. Me, I was glad it did what it did because I was up in my positions. And that's all I wanted to do. It was like, oh, this is a good time to buy. I had a little bit of bread sitting, started stockpiling some more. And I'll see what happens down the road. This is not a quick fix. This is not an instant gratification move for me. This is a long-term increased position. Hopefully get a bigger payout down the road. And if not, I got to be okay with that too. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. I'm getting ready to go to commercial, and I'll be back in a little bit to get just so y'all can see a commercial and get a chance to take advantage of that wonderful product and get a chance to take advantage of that promo code OG Network 26. That's OG Network 26. If you get the promo code OG Network 26, it'll give you 15% off of all your purchases of $35 when you go to top to bottom hair and skincare products. Top to bottom hair and skincare products. If you go to the website, you'll get 15% off of all your purchases of $35 and more if you put in the promo code OG Network 26. That's OG Network 26. We're going to go to commercial and we'll be right back.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, B-O-T-T-U, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Yep, welcome back. I think shortening the market should be illegal. They hold down stocks too easily, which I invested in Intel. Oh man, you know what, Mark? I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I think that there should be some if not illegal, I think that there should be some some high restrictions around shorting stocks because I don't like it either. I think it's not a good thing at all. And a lot of times people, all those people don't realize is that when you play that game, there's a lot of times you get your behind handed to you. Most of the time they get their behind handed to them more than they actually make money. Because most of the time when you see people trying to short stocks, they end up chasing a dream and they end up losing. Not all. Some and they make people believe that they're winning on the other end all the time. But the reality of it is, if they really told the truth, the ones that short stocks a lot of times, they don't win like they talk. Nobody talks about when they lose. They only talk about when they win. It's like the lottery. Oh, I hit the lottery. All right, great. You hit the lottery. How many times did you play when you didn't hit? Nobody gonna talk about that. Yeah, I've been playing a lottery. Oh, I've been playing a lottery for 5 years. They never tell you they've been playing for 5 years. When they end up doing this, they end up telling you the one time that they did win. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't miss out on. I missed personally. I missed out on GameStop. I'm gonna tell you something else. Funny story because you mentioning two different things that I'm gonna bring up. And Mark, you talked about Intel stock and you talked about GameStop, right? Now, I set up somebody's account a while back in GameStop because they just wanted it. I was like, okay, cool. And at the time, GameStop wasn't. It was relatively cheap, but they had it on automatic buy. I just put a couple, like $2 or $3 in GameStop, and I just kept and let it ride. And this is when they had what is that platform? I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but um, it's not Acorn, but it's Stash App, Stash App. So I just put on automatic buy, and this was a while ago. And then GameStop did what it did, but they didn't buy it to shorten it. They just was buying it because they wanted to stop. And the next thing you know, GameStop went through the roof, and that person sold it. When I say they had GameStop at like $3 a share when before it went up to way up like it did, I said, yeah, you might want to sell that because that's hype. That's hype. You want to get rid of that. And they sold most of it, but they held on to a little bit and then it plummeted back to wherever it was at, where it was technically worthless almost. But they made out good. That was a good move. Now all I did was put on automatic buy, and after that, it was a fluke, like just a moment. Same thing with Intel, but they didn't sell Intel; they just was buying it, and they still holding their position, but they doing good with Intel. Now I have stock. I had stock in Intel, but I have Intel in ETF, a couple of ETFs that I own. But I had the stock in Intel. I sold it all because I got semiconductor stock. I got a lot of them. Like I got Nvidia. I got a whole bunch of semiconductors stocks. So I hold on to a lot of them. But they making all right with that. So Intel with me was a very, very good investment. Um, but the GameStop situation, they made out great with it. Now, did I personally make out? No, because I didn't buy it. And that funny thing is, GameStop at that time did pay some type of dividend, but I was just like, it's not my world. But and that's the thing about investing is you don't know. But sometimes you just by the stroke of luck or blessing or whatever, you get that moment. And I'm not saying that they turned out to be rich, but the small position that they had made out with a pretty good amount of money. And that's the thing about watching. Hey Joyce, how you doing? God bless you. God bless you. Welcome. And that's the thing about watching the stock market as a whole. And there are times I've had to sell stuff because I knew that it was not going to go. It was going to go back down. And there are things that I had positions in, and I seen the shorters, people that like the short stock, or pump and dumpers, or whatever they call them, start affecting something that I had positions in, and I seen it running up. And when I seen it running up, I closed out my position, and I said I'll wait till it fall back down, and I'll buy back in, because I knew it was hype. I knew it, and I just got out. He said I'll wait till it fall back to where I want to buy it back, and that's what I did with a lot of stuff. Not all the time, but when I see it. That's why I watch every day. I keep an eye on my money. I keep an eye on my positions. See what happens, and I just keep rolling from there. And like I said to y'all, I was not going to plan on being here today too long. Got things I got to attend to. Today is not. It's Friday. I wanted to get in here and touch bases with y'all. Hopefully, some of y'all bought some crypto yesterday that did not have crypto, and hopefully today you made a little bit of money. That'll be a beautiful story to know. Make sure y'all check out the Fracker Show that's coming up this Sunday at 12 o'clock noon. One of the greatest, I think, is probably the greatest show on YouTube. That's just my argument. But yes, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all checking out the Fracker Show tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. We got Fire on Fridays. You might want to come in and check that out too when we talk about firearms. We talk about living a whole slew of things around the firearm industry, between different guns that are coming out, stuff that we, and listen, none of us claim to be professionals at it, but what we do is we having a conversation around it so that we all get a better understanding of why we have firearms, what are they for, what's the purpose behind them, and everything that's centered around the firearm industry as a whole. So make sure y'all come in tonight and check out Fire on Fridays. Monday we'll be having Philly Talk. I'm not too sure how this up. We've got some things we're working on. We'll see how that plays out. And we always have Philly Talks on Mondays at 7 o'clock. And we got Top to Bottom 2 on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. And all of these are Eastern Standard Time shows. Top to Bottom on Wednesdays, Unfiltered Sports on Thursdays, and Fire on Fridays, on Friday, of course. And all of these shows are at 7 o'clock p.m. roughly. Sometimes we run into issues where it might be a little later, but that's the setup time. And make sure y'all check, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of different things that we're doing over here, and as it relates to entertainment, fun, comedy, educational, firearms, product that'll help you with your skin, product that'll help you with your hair, product that'll help you, they make deodorant and stuff like that. So there's a variety of things that are happening on the OG network that, if you subscribe to the channel, you're not just going to see me. There's a lot of other things around this channel that we're doing on the OG network, and slowly but surely it's going to increase, it's going to grow, and we're going to add more in, and as we can, and as y'all can see, you can always donate to the channel. I'm not asking nobody to donate, but if you want to donate, you can donate to the channel. But I would prefer that you go, my preference would be if you go to the Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare store, make a purchase there, because buying the product, you're getting something for what you're spending. You're getting a 15% discount if you spend $35 or more. And because they're strong supporters of the channel, that helps out the channel also. And I'd rather somebody get something for their money than to just donate. You can donate to the channel. Every little bit helps us do what we're trying to do. But I like to see people get something for their money. I don't want nothing. I'm just the way I am. I'd rather you spend the money somewhere where you're getting something for your money. And that is one way to help the channel along the way, is purchasing the product, the body wash, the things that they make, shop in their store. And when you spend money there, that does, in a small way, helps the channel out financially. And that's the best thing that I would ask y'all to do. But if you also want to donate to the channel, which we greatly appreciate that. I know people think that YouTube is an easy thing. They think it make you making a lot of money. There's very little people on YouTube that's making a life-changing amount of money. Believe me when I tell you, I'm here, I'm monetized, and I'm telling you it's not the type of money. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that YouTube pays a whole lot of money. Yes, you can make money off of YouTube, but you have to be one of those large YouTube pages that, get a whole lot of attraction. That's fine, but it takes time to get there. That don't happen overnight anyway. But for those people that have been supportive to my channel, I appreciate y'all very, very much. Not Too Late, Mark, Joyce, the Fantacular Show, Top to Bottom Hair and Skin Kid, my brother Out the Pit, his queen Sackcloth, Ant Like the Bug, my brother Bam Bam, all of those are part of the Fracker Show. Chapo, who's a part of the Fracker Show. There's so many things that we're doing over here, and from the time that we all started getting together and just kind of connecting, it's just growing and growing and growing. And I appreciate everything that's happening right now. And it's a slow process, but it takes commitment and longevity. And as long as we stay in there and we continue to try to produce great shows, great content, Eventually, I think we'll be just as competitive as anybody else out there, and it'll be a group of us as opposed to just being a single person. And which is what my preference personally is, that for those that are there and been there and supporting of the channel and stuff like that, and hopefully we grow into the point where, you know what I mean, we made this thing something that no one has ever seen before and on YouTube, other than, you know, be the first to kind of accomplish to doing it the way I think we do it. And I'm not saying nobody's doing it, but that's just the way we want to do it here. Appreciate everybody. Love y'all very, very much. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. Thank y'all for everything that y'all do. Make sure y'all go back and watch all of the old videos, watch all of the content, and we appreciate it. Don't skip those commercials, because if you don't skip the commercials, it also helps out the channel, and that don't cost you nothing. You go watch the old videos. Don't skip the commercials. Just let the commercials play. That way, the advertisers and stuff helps your channel to grow, and you get more financial that way. That's how you can support the channel. And that you don't have to take nothing out of your pocket. Just watch the commercials, check out the product that they're selling, whatever. That also helps not just me as a YouTuber, but all of the YouTube people out there. That some of them probably only survive off of what they make on YouTube. So that's how you can help them out, is supporting their channel and make sure you're watching their videos and watching their content and watching the commercials. Try not to skip the commercials. Let the commercials play and see exactly what the advertising. Because there have been times I've actually let the commercial play and I was like, oh, that's actually something I might need. I didn't even think about this. You know what I mean? Or new stuff that was out there. So the commercials are actually useful. It's just a lot of time we so impatient, we just skip. But anyway, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. Outside of anything and everything I say, please make God first. You know what I mean? If you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. That, in my opinion, is the number one thing that we all need, is a relationship with Jesus Christ. I thank God that I had one. And hopefully other people will find a reason, seek out him while he can still be found. And like I said, having a relationship with Jesus Christ is by far more important than anything else that you can possibly have. In my opinion, I say if I could get them to Christ, everything else would be fine. And that's why I always say having a relationship with Jesus Christ, that's the most important thing. And if a person if I could get them to Christ, that's all that matters. Everything else goes great from that point. But God loves you. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. I'm out of here. Peace.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.